it's Carla Chernenkov here with an intermediate yoga flow. As always, it's a good idea to check with your doctor to see if getting healthy is right for you. If all things are a go, then throw on some tunes, roll out your mat, and let me know in the comments section how you feel afterwards. Begin in Balasana, Child's Pose. Big toes together, knees either together or slightly apart. Arms can lay along your sides or in front of you, palms facing down. And just take a few moments here to let everything go that you don't need to hold on to right now. Any cares or worries, any tension that you might be holding on to through the neck and the shoulders. Just consciously relaxing those muscles now. Knowing that this time is just for you. Reminding yourself not to go further in any pose than is right for you today. And slowly start to blink the eyes open and make your way to the top of your mat with the feet together. Inhale, raise the arms way up high, getting taller. Exhale, folding in half. Inhale, lengthening the spine for flat back, long neck. Exhale, forward fold. Plant the hands, heading back to a strong, strong plank. Pull the belly in. And lower, chaturanga, hovering if you can for just a moment and releasing all the way down. Inhale, wide across the shoulders for cobra. Shoulders down. And exhale, downward facing dog. Slowing down the breathing, softening through the neck. You can walk it out if you want to. One heel presses down towards the floor as the opposite knee bends. And then switching sides at your own pace. Feeling that nice stretch in the backs of the legs. Still keeping the neck soft. Finding stillness, pressing both heels down. Reach the heart towards the feet for a shoulder stretch. Then send the feet forward all the way to the top, lengthening for a flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, all the way up, reaching way up high, getting taller. And exhale back to a tall mountain. And again, inhale, raise the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthening for flat back. Exhale down, planting the hands back to plank and lower. Inhale, shoulders down for cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. And again, finding that nice stretch in the backs of the legs, walking it out again if you want to. Keeping the neck soft. And send the feet forward, inhaling for a flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, all the way up, reaching up high, and exhale back to a tall mountain. And again, inhale, arms up. Exhale, gliding forward. Inhale, lengthening the spine. And exhale down, planting the hands, heading back to plank, strong plank. And lower. Inhale, wide open shoulders for cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Slowing down the breathing. Softening through the neck. And send the feet forward, inhaling for flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale all the way up, reaching way up high. And exhale back to mountain. And again, inhale, arms reach high. Exhale, gliding forward. Inhale for flat back. Exhale down back to strong, strong plank. And lower, chaturanga. Inhale for cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Slowing down the breathing, softening through the neck. Fingers spread nice and wide. And send the feet forward into flat back. Exhale down. Inhale, reaching way up high. And exhale, back to mountain. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, gliding forward. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, back to plank and lower. Inhale, shoulders down for cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Allowing the knees to bend slightly if needed. Heels reaching for the floor. Heart reaches towards the feet. And send the feet forward into flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale all the way up, reaching way up high. And exhale, back to mountain. Feet together. Inhale, bending deeply for chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale for flat back. And exhale, down, stepping back to plank, pulling the belly in. And lower. Inhale, wide open shoulders for cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Three-legged down dog, right leg extends, reaching, stretching. And right foot steps forward, back knee lowers to the mat, both hands to the inside of that front foot and lowering down. Breathing through the barriers. Maybe down on one elbow, maybe both, maybe neither. Just feeling a gentle stretch. Last deep breath here. And bringing both hands to the front knee for a high lunge. Back knee is still down. Hips are pressing forward and down, especially that left hip for a hip flexor stretch. Last deep breath here. And bringing both hands down, framing that front foot, pull the belly in to bring that front foot back to plank and lower. Inhale, wide open shoulders for cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Other side, three-legged down dog, left leg extends, reaching, stretching. And left foot steps forward, back knee gently lowers to the mat, bringing both hands to the inside of the front foot and lowering down. Low lunge. Softening through the stretch. Last deep breath here. And bringing both hands to the top knee for high lunge. Hips moving forward and down. Breathing deep. Last deep breath here. Planting the hands, pulling the belly in to bring the front foot back to a strong plank and lower. Inhale for cobra, shoulders down, and exhale, downward facing dog. 5 deep breaths. Slowing down the breathing, softening through the neck. That's about 4 and 5. Send the feet forward, inhaling for flat back, and exhale, down. Feet together, bending deeply for chair pose. Inhale, and exhale, pressing back up to a tall mountain. Number 2, inhale, bending deep for chair pose. Weight into the heels. Exhale, forward fold. Inhaling for flat back. And exhale, down back to plank and lower. Inhale for cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Again, 3-legged down dog. Right leg extends, reaching, stretching. And right foot steps forward, back knee lowers gently to the mat, both hands to the inside of the front foot and lowering down for low lunge. This time maybe getting a little bit deeper than the first time, maybe not. And bringing both hands to the top knee, pressing the hips forward and down. Again, maybe getting a little deeper the second time, maybe not. No judgment. Just breathing. From here, transitioning back for a hamstring stretch. Double checking that right foot is directly in front of the right hip. Pulling that right thigh bone back into the hip socket. Last deep breath here. And then shifting the weight forward, planting the hands. Pulling the belly in to bring that front foot back to plank and lower, chaturanga. Inhale for cobra and exhale, downward facing dog. Other side, left leg extends for 3-legged, reaching, stretching. And left foot steps forward, back knee gently lowers to the mat. Both hands to the inside of the front foot and lowering down. Softening into it. And once again, coming up to that top knee, pressing both hips forward and down. Breathing deep. Maybe getting a little deeper that second time, but maybe not. Just feeling that gentle stretch. And shifting back for a hamstring stretch, double checking that that left foot is directly in front of the left hip and drawing that left hip back and also the left thigh bone into that hip socket so everything is squared up. Lengthening through the spine. Breathing deep. Last deep breath here. And transitioning forward, planting the hands and stepping back to plank and lower. Inhale for cobra and exhale, downward facing dog. Softening the neck. Slowing down the breathing. And send the feet forward, inhaling for flat back. And exhale, down, feet together, bending deeply for chair pose. And exhale back to a tall mountain. Number 3, inhale, chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthening the spine. Exhale, down, back to plank and lower. Inhale for cobra and exhale, downward facing dog. 3-legged down dog, right leg extends. And right foot steps forward, back knee gently lowers to the mat, heading into gecko. Popping the back toes off the floor, finding those toes with the opposite hand. This is a very intense stretch. Breathing through it. If there's space available, the hips press forward and down, only if there is space available. Breathing deep. And slower than you think you need to, releasing, planting the hands, and smooth transition back to plank, and lower with resistance. Inhaling for cobra, and exhale, downward facing dog. Other side, 3-legged down dog, left leg extends. And left foot steps forward, back knee gently lowers to the mat. Heading into gecko on that second side, so popping the back toes off the floor, finding those toes with the opposite hand. And gently, when there's room available, pressing the hips forward and down. Slowing down the breathing, especially in this stretch. Last deep breath here. And super gooey, slow releasing the foot, planting the hands, and heading back to plank, drawing the belly in, and lower chaturanga. Inhale for cobra, and exhale, downward facing dog. Breathing deep. Softening the neck. Feeling that stretch in the backs of the legs. The hands push the body away from them. The heart reaches towards the feet. And send the feet forward into flat back. And exhale, down. Feet together, inhale for chair pose, and exhale to a tall mountain. And again, inhale, chair pose, number 4. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale for flat back, and exhale down, heading back to plank and lower. Inhale for cobra and exhale, downward facing dog. From here, gently lower the knees to the mat. We'll head into hero pose. So if this is too hard on the knees, find something to sit on. Knees are together. Gently lowering the hips down to the floor between the feet. If this is too much, you can either bring the feet underneath the hips or once again sitting on a block. Make sure the knees are happy. Sitting up tall. If you'd like to go further, heading back for supine hero pose. So keeping the torso as square as possible, lying back. If this is too much and you have a bolster, this is a really nice pose to find. Otherwise, lying all the way onto your mat. And even bringing the arms above head, clasping the elbows. Thinking about the knees, keeping them together as possible. Scooping the belly in, tucking the tailbone under, trying to get the low back towards the floor. It won't make it all the way there, but we're thinking about it pressing downward. If this is a good amount of stretch here, stay here. If you'd like to go further, untuck the right foot and place it on the floor. This one's a little bit tippy, so nice and slow. If you'd like to go a bit further still, gently hug that right knee in towards you. This one's a little bit tippy, so finding that balance. This is a nice gooey stretch here, but it is fairly intense. Never go further than the body will allow you today. Slowing down the breathing. To come out, release that right knee, place the foot down, and untuck the other foot. From here, rock and roll all the way back up, stepping back to plank and lower. Inhale for cobra and exhale, downward facing dog. So either heading into the other side or just repeating as far as you went before, gently lowering the knees down to the mat and heading into hero pose. So once again, using whatever props you need, either pausing here or heading into supine hero, lying down. As square as possible. Taking your time, getting settled in. Maybe the arms are above head, clasping under the elbows. And if you're heading into that next step, releasing the left foot, placing it on the floor, and then slow and gentle, holding onto that balance, hugging that left knee in towards you as much as the body will allow. Breathing deep. Last deep breath here. And to come out, gently releasing that left knee and untucking that right foot, rock and roll all the way up and heading back to plank. Pulling the belly in as you lower, chaturanga. Inhale for cobra and exhale, downward facing dog. Feeling that nice length in the legs after that last pose. Feels nice. That's about 4. And 5. Send the feet forward, inhaling for flat back. exhale, down. Feet together, inhaling for chair pose. And exhale to a tall mountain. Last one. Inhale, bending deep for chair pose. Same integrity as the very first one. Exhale, gliding forward. Inhale for flat back. And exhale, down back to plank. And lower. Inhale for cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Heading into three-legged. So right leg extends, reaching, stretching. And from here, heading into Hanumanasana, otherwise known as monkey pose, or right split. So right foot moves forward, one hand on either side of you for balance, and lowering as far as your body will allow today. More importantly than finding your hips all the way to the floor, are keeping those hips square. So we really want to be guiding that left hip forward. Left hip moves forward, left hip moves forward, left hip moves forward. Breathing deep. That's already 4. And 5. Drawing the belly in, heading back to plank. And lower. Nice and slow after this one. Inhaling for cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Last time, left side, left leg extends for three-legged down dog. And left foot glides all the way forward into Hanumanasana, monkey pose, or left split. Really focusing on the squareness of the hips so that right hip moves forward, forward, forward. Breathing deep. That's already 4. And one last deep breath here. Then moving with resistance as you come out, heading back to plank and lower chaturanga. Inhaling for cobra and exhale, downward facing dog. Softening the neck, really slowing down the breathing. And send the feet forward all the way to flat back. And exhale, down. Feet together. Inhale for chair pose, strong chair, last chair. And exhale back to a tall mountain. And now it's time to prepare for Shavasana, final resting pose. So lying all the way onto your back. And one last time hugging the knees in, Apanasana, gently rolling side to side. And when you're ready, releasing the legs, extending them on the floor. And extending the arms along your sides, palms facing up. And closing the eyes. Starting to listen to the sounds around you. And through all of the sounds, see if you can even hear your own heart beating. And at the same time, softening everything from the crown of the head all the way to the tips of the toes, but especially softening through the neck, and the shoulders, and all the way down the arms, letting the fingers softly curl. Softening through the face, softening around the eyes, and even the muscle between the eyes. Just letting it all go. And starting to come back, wiggle the fingers and the toes, and gently roll the head from side to side. Then reaching your arms above head on the floor, give yourself a big stretch, feeling totally refreshed. And then gently press yourself all the way up to a cross-legged seated position. When you get there, palms facing up on the knees. Inhale, sitting up tall. And exhale, softly close the eyes. And for one last moment, feeling inspired, and slowly blink the eyes open. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me today. You could be anywhere in the world right now, and you chose to be here, so thank you. Namaste.